Following the previous rain-soaked race weekend that saw some races cancelled, thankfully the sun was out again at the Dubai Autodrome, the Dubai Motorsport Festival. The weekend is a permanent fixture on the UAE racing calendar, with as much fun taking place off the track as on it. For race fans, the weekend offered a packed programme of racing, including the MotorCity Sportbike Championship. And there was a definite air of expectation in the pit lane of the sport bikes this weekend. After the cancellation of their last two races due to torrential rain, there was a distinct sigh of relief when the sun broke through the heavy clouds this weekend and qualifying got underway. Making the most of Dubai's good weather were two guest international Superbike riders, Ukrainian MotoGP racer Vladimir Ivanov and Swiss Superbike champion Patrick Muff were both racing in the non-championship 1000cc class alongside local rider Abdulaziz bin Laden. The Saudi rider was hoping to mix it up with the two Superbike riders, but he dropped his BMW in race 1, which put him out of the racing for the rest of the day. As a result, it was Vladimir Ivanov who dominated both races.
A special thanks to BMW Dubai for giving me a chance to ride the bike for fun. So I'm happy. They give me the bike, they give me all the tires, everything, support, and so I'm just enjoying. So I'm happy. It's nice.
But the main action was always going to be in the 600cc class. Two riders have stood out so far this season in the sport bikes, Lebanese rider Mahmoud Tania and last year's rookie class champion Surya Raja. However, so far the season hasn't exactly gone the way that last year's 600cc champion would have liked. Tania has suffered various problems with his Desager Racing Triumph Daytona and dropped the bike early in the last race. This has allowed the young Indian rider Surya Raja to present a serious championship challenge. But the day didn't start well for Raja, who only managed to qualify 4th in class. The Indian knew he'd have his work cut out for him to get back in touch with Tania at the head of the pack. But once out on track, the 19-year-old was unstoppable on his Yamaha YZF. He quickly worked his way through the field, passing several more seasoned riders to eventually outbrake Tania to take the lead and hold on for the win.
Following Mahmoud around, and after I made the pass, I didn't want to end up crashing because I know I could still finish on the podium. So yeah, I just made the pass, and then I pushed for a couple of laps just to build some gap on it. And yeah, after I think 3 laps, I just looked back and I had some healthy gap. So I didn't want to make any stupid mistakes. I calmed down myself and managed to keep it till the end.
While Tania had no answer to Raja's determined charge in race 1, race 2 was a different story. But a rapid bit of tinkering with the Triumph suspension between races was nearly the cause of more problems than fixes.
We had a little bit of drama because apparently there was some faulty sensors with the fuel pump, and the bike wouldn't run just before 1 minute before we go out. Everything worked out, and there we are,
Problems aside, the adjustments were to completely transform Tania's second outing of the day. The Lebanese rider had an inspired race and managed to keep Surya Raja well in his mirrors. He eventually crossed the line first in class and just 7 seconds behind the 1000cc bike, Gurno Dabida.
We had a gap of 5.6 seconds, I think, just after 5 laps. So that really showed our pace and what we can do when we have a good setup. So I'm going to dedicate this to the team and especially to Aldrin. He worked really hard on the bike, and I'm very, very happy.
Just behind the top 2 600cc riders, and there's a group of 4 guys, all well on the pace and fighting for vital championship points. Erika Savikas, Joe Oxley, Rob Nicholas and Omar Naji are all showing themselves to be future championship contenders. And with less than a second separating their lap times, they're giving race fans some great racing action. Erika Savikas hasn't yet repeated the kind of challenge to Mahmoud Tania that he produced last season, but he still secured the 3rd step of the podium in race 1. And behind him, Omar Naji achieved one of his best finishes, crossing the line 4th in class. Meanwhile, Joe Oxley continued to deliver some exciting racing on his bright red Ducati. His battle with Rob Nicholas in race 2 saw the Irishman just take the checkered flag, less than a second ahead of the Brit on the number 75 Triumph. Elsewhere, one rider to keep an eye out for this year is rookie Colin Hines on the number 26 Kawasaki ZX6R. This is just his 2nd race weekend, and already the Australian has the rest of the rookie field sitting up and taking notice. Having only done a few track days before, Hines finished both races on the day ahead of the more experienced 600cc riders and dominated the rookie class.
The bike's going fantastic, tyres were good in the 2nd race. Yeah, I'd just like to thank Kelly Contracting for contributing and getting me on the track.
But spare a thought for another rookie, Nasir Hussain Syed, who has shown great confidence in his first few races. Unfortunately, the Indian rider slid out of race 2 and seriously damaged his Suzuki GSXR 600. Fortunately though, he wasn't badly injured and will no doubt be back out on track again soon. So with several rounds to go, the UAE MotorCity Sportbike Championship is still wide open in both the 600cc and rookie classes, and it's sure to produce many more thrills in the races still to come.